We are starting our shapes and measurements unit. And our first lesson is on area and perimeter. And this is from 3-6 out of our textbook. And our learning target is I can find the perimeter and area of rectangles and squares. Okay, vocab for you, perimeter. The perimeter of a rectangle. Okay, the perimeter is twice the sum of the length and width. So perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape. So if we were to think of a room, it would be the length of all of the walls around the room. So to find perimeter, you would take the length plus the width for each of the sides of the rectangle. You could also do 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, or add the length and width and then multiply it by 2. So on this rectangle, the 4 centimeters and 15 centimeters, you would add 15 plus 15 and 4 and 4, 30 plus 8, so it would be 38 centimeters. Okay, again, perimeter, once the width is 5 centimeters and the length is 8 centimeters, so we could take 2 times 5, so each of the widths, and add 2 times each of the lengths. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 16 equals 26, and you need to put a label. We're talking centimeters here. So the perimeter is 26 centimeters. Find the perimeter of a rectangle whose length is 14.5 inches and the width is 12.5. So for this one, I'm going to do I'm going to take 2 times the length plus the width. Okay, length is 14.5 and the width is 12.5. And we're taking all of that times 2. Okay, 14.5 plus 12.5. 15 is 37. Okay, 2 times 37. Sorry, that would be 27. Okay, so 2 times 27 would be 54 inches. Okay, here's some more for you to try. Elaine is designing a rectangular garden. He wants the width to be 8 feet. He also wants to put a fence around the garden. If he has 40 feet of fencing, what is the greatest length the garden can be? Okay, so let's draw a picture here. Here's the garden. He wants the width to be 8 feet. So that means 8 feet on both sides. And we want to know what can the length be if he has 40 feet of fencing. So we don't know the length, so that's where I plugged in X. So if I were to write an algebraic expression, 40, okay, we take the 8 plus X, combine like terms, so combine these numbers, the 8s are 16, combine our X's, 1X plus 1X is 2X. Now, review from last unit, subtract 16 from both sides. Okay. I'm going to kind of move over to the side here. Okay, 40 minus 16 is 24. 16s cancel. We are left with 2x. Divide each side by 2 to get x by itself. X equals 12. So the greatest the length can be is 12 feet. And we can go back and check by plugging that back in. So we would have 8 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12. And that does equal 40. Okay, Angela bought a frame for a photo of her friends. The width of the frame is 8 inches. If the distance around the frame is 36, what is the length of the frame? So same thing. It's 36 inches all the way around. The width is 8, so we're looking for perimeter again. We don't know the lengths. So 36 equals 16 plus 2x. Subtract 16 from both sides. Again, you have to show each step that you are doing. Divide by 2. X equals 10. So the length of our picture frame would be 10 inches. Area of a rectangle. Another vocab word for you. The area of a rectangle is the product of the length and the width. Product again means multiplication. So to find area, we take length times width. So think about a room again. The area would be the amount of floor space. So you would be looking at like how much carpet would you need to fill the floor. So the area of a rectangle is 53 and 94 square feet. If the width is 8 and 7/10 feet, find the length. So area, again, is length times width. The length, they are giving us the area. And we are looking for the length. So we plug in 53.94 for our area, and we're looking for the length, so that's our variable, and the width is 8.7. So we divide each side by 8 7/10 to get the length all by itself. Okay, I'm going to use a calculator on here. So the length equals 6.2 square, so SQ feet. Whenever we're talking area, it's always squared. Inches squared, feet squared, centimeters squared, because we are doing multiplication. So you could write square feet, or you could also write it feet with the exponent of 2, meaning that we are squaring it. All right, we are looking for finding the missing side length using the information that we have here. What is the width of a rectangle that has an area of 135 square meters and a length of 9 meters? So area is 135. The length is 9, and we are looking for the width. So that's where we plug in our variable. Now again, to get the variable by itself, or to isolate the variable, we divide each side by whatever it's being multiplied by. So divide by 9. Again, check out my calculator. 135 divided by 9. The width equals 15 meters. Okay, so on the length, 15 meters. Or sorry, the width. Steve built a square dog pen that has a perimeter of 240 inches. What is the length of one side of Steve's dog pen? Now, if we're thinking about a square, all of the sides are the same. So the length and the width are all equal to each other. Okay, so each side is the same. And the perimeter tells us that we take length plus width plus length plus width. So the perimeter on a square is going to be 4x, because all the sides are the same. And his perimeter is 240. Okay. Solve for x by dividing each side by 4. 240 divided by 4 is 60. So the length of one side is 60 inches. All right, you can go back and rewatch any part that you are still stuck on. Look in your book at the examples, watch the personal tutor videos. Otherwise, go ahead and take the 3-6 NICU at this time.